time for me to grab some more food with some of the players, and this time I've got FURIA's arT with me, the captain, the in-game leader, the madman from Brazil. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm doing fine. I teach you.
Boom. There we go. So you're teaching me slowly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get some food and sit down and have a chat, all right?
Is it like real lunch for us?
Yeah, man.
Yes. Thanks God, I'm hungry.
I love how you said, like, is this going to be real eating time?
Yes, I'm starving, so.
Rather than looking if we're going to fake
I went easy, because if I got more, I'm not talking. I'm just nodding.
So what I'm expecting, right, is then after we finish filming, you're going to get some more.
Exactly. That's actually true.
You're going to stock up. I like it. So let's start with a little bit about the whole FURIA lineup, right? Because you guys at the moment are kind of, you have the 4 core members, and then you've got new player coming in and out, trying to decide who you wanted. Honda was there before, now it's Drop. What are we feeling like? Do you feel like Drop's the final piece, or is it still a learning curve?
It's hard to say. I think Drop has a real good shot to be the final piece, but it's going to be depending on how he performs the next months. He's very young, so he has a lot of talent. But we're still trying to figure pieces out, and actually, to be honest, we don't really know how we're gonna perform in tournaments yet.
Yeah.
Drop only played like 1 tournament. It was like the qualifier for the major, so we really need to see how it's going to be.
When it comes to where we thought about FURIA, while MIBR was still the #1 Brazilian team, and I remember an interview that we did a long time ago, but you kind of said that like it was your goal to be the best Brazilian team, but you did respect the MIBR guys, right? Because of the legends and what they've done. Now you are the best Brazilian team by quite a way. How did it feel?
That's a long time, yeah. It's been a like very, very long road. I don't really feel anything different actually, because I think when we are like playing and living the day-to-day, like the routine, you don't really have the feeling like of difference between that time from now, that period of time. But if I think on retrospect and I think about how I felt back then, it's very different for sure. Back then I was truthful when I said we were not the best Brazilian team, or even the biggest. But today I can say that with confidence that we are, and that's something that we really need to put the pressure up. Like we need to face the pressure of being the best Brazilian team, because we need to keep that up. So if you are not playing well, someone is gonna get better than us, and you're gonna interview another player saying that they are the best Brazilian team. So that's gonna happen if you struggle. So we are always focusing on being the best we can.
And in terms of you like developing as an in-game leader, when we first came in, we spoke about this like crazy Brazilian style, the arT style, the rushing everyone down, you know, being up in everyone's face, surprising people. You're very much a leader that leads by example, leads the charge going forward. How would you say your style has evolved? How would you explain what the arT style is now as you've grown up as a player?
It actually depends on the moment we are living. Every time we change players, I need to change a lot of my role to adapt for the team. I think when we're playing with Henny, I felt more comfortable playing the way I play, like more the arT style, because I knew that Henny was Alpine and his play style is staying supporting the players and staying behind, so he can play for clutches, and he's very good at it. So at that time I played a little different. I could play more aggressive, I could play more loose, because I knew that we could pick up the rounds easier after that. But after we changed Henny, I need to go back to playing more safe, to adapt, so I can, like, the new players need to feel more comfortable playing and don't put so much pressure on them.
All right, so next up, let's talk about Gary and your relationship with him, because Gary has always been this voice you can hear when we're at the LAN events, super loud, super positive. But how does it work? Like, what input does he have on the game compared to your ideas in it? Do you have very similar views on the game? Is it different? Talk to me.
When I first joined FURIA, it was 2018. So in Brazil, mostly, it was very common to play more strat-based. So you don't play a lot of defaults or aggressive defaults. You kind of just play defaults, safe, take space, and Isaac, or do fakes. So that was like more of a standard. And the way I played was more like FURIA-wise. You play with like defaults with aggression, you take space, you fight for space, you control map space, so you can just go for end duels close to the site. You play numbers. So I think I saw the game that way before I joined FURIA. And when I joined, he was playing like as the IGL. And when I joined, I went to his place and he was coach. So it was instantly like a clash of ideas.
Yeah.
Like he was more like of the old players. He was playing 1.6 or CSGO as the standard way or the old ways. Sometimes it's common to play like the old days, but it was more of that than more of my way back then.
Yeah.
That was like for the start of the first months. It was a little harder to make the guys on my team trust my ideas. So when I say that Yuri has to play like this or trade me and go to the smoke or take space fast or take end duels, or you need to fight for space instantly, it's a little harder for them to believe you or to completely believe you, because when you're running through a smoke and you don't have confidence on that, it's very hard to do that, you know. So they have to be confident doing that, and it's very hard to put some players to do that.
Yeah.
So in the start was more like this. Then the months went on, and it was very nice to hear his perspective of the game based on mine. So whenever I did something or I was playing in certain ways with the team, I could see his ideas put on that. So this clash of ideas was very nice. I don't play art style all the time in my head.
Yeah.
So I do something that's art style, and others I know that I learned from him, or just we talk about and share ideas, and we enter like a consensus. You know, we are both in the same page.
So talk to me about Tacitus, because obviously sadly Gary cannot be here with you guys at the major, so Tacitus has come in. I remember him from his Triumph days. I had no idea that he spoke Portuguese, so this is something beneficial, right? And you've also got someone else who can speak English and Portuguese at the same time. But what was it about him that was good for you guys? When you first saw him, what was like, okay, this is the reason he can work with FURIA?
It was actually when we talked with Junior. We knew Tacitus and we knew he was Brazilian, and we talked with Junior and he had like a very nice feedback of him, and he works very well. And FURIA never had like an analyst. We tried two analysts before, like in the years prior to this, but we never fit with anybody. Like we didn't have like Brazilian analysts as well. So when we talked to Tacitus, it was a very nice talk, and we can see that he understands the game pretty deep, and he understands how to play CS like on a deep level.
Well, it's been fantastic talking to you, man. Thank you for your insight. You're a humble dude. We're going to do this thing properly this time, yeah?
Yeah.
Boom, boom. I'm learning, I'm doing it.
Very nice to have you here, man.